Students, today we are going to learn fourth illustration. Classify the following accounts under the headings assets, liabilities, income and expenditure. First one is the prepaid rent. In this case, the rent is paid in advance. For that, we are going to receive the services in the future. So something that is receivable is considered as asset. So prepaid rent is recorded under the heading assets. Second is the salary account. Salary is the expenditure because the businessman has to pay the salary to his employees. So it is an expenditure. It will be recorded under this heading, expenses and losses. Third one is the bank loan account. This is the loan borrowed by the businessman from the bank and he is going to pay this loan in the future. Payment for the future is considered as the liability. So bank loan account will be recorded under liabilities. Liabilities is the payment or amounts due by the partnership to others. Fourth one is the motor car account. Motor car is the vehicle that is the asset for the business. So under assets it is recorded. Then rent payable account. This is the outstanding expenditure. This rent is related for the current accounting period but it is not yet paid. This will be payable in the future. So something that is due or payable in the future is the liability. So rent payable is recorded under the heading liabilities. Then bad debt account. Bad debt is the amount irrecoverable from the debtors. Sometimes the consumers, they purchase the goods from the businessman on credit basis and they promise to pay in the future. But some of the customers, they don't pay. So that is the loss for the business. So bad debt is the amount irrecoverable from the debtors will be recorded under losses. Then copyright. In the last lecture I have explained the meaning of the copyright. It is an asset. So here it is recorded. Then interest received account. Now this interest is received by the business, so it is the income for the business. Something which is received is the income, so it is recorded under the heading incomes and gains. Same thing for the dividend received by the business will be recorded under the heading incomes and gains. Next one is the premises account. It is the factory building or the premises, office premises, that is the asset of the business, so it is recorded here. Insurance premium account. The businessman, in order to secure his business assets and goods and commodities, he has to take the insurance from the insurance company against any kind of loss. So he has to pay the insurance premium to the insurance company. It is the expenditure, so it is recorded here under this heading. Then audit fees paid to the chartered accountant for auditing the accounts or books in the business is the expenditure. It is recorded under this heading. So in this manner you have to classify the given accounts into these different headings. Then the next we are going to learn about the accounting equation. As per the accounting equation, always the assets should be equal to the liabilities. We all know the meaning of the assets. These are the properties or possessions of the business. These are the assets owned by the businessman. Liabilities are the payments due to third parties. These are the payments made by the businessman in the future. So this is the amount payable. And capital is also the liability because the businessman invests the capital from his personal assets and he is the owner of the business, but he keeps his business and personal accounts separate. So that is why capital is the liability. Now another equation is given here. If you bring capital here, then from the total assets, if you subtract the liabilities, you will get the amount which is equal to the capital. So capital is equal to assets minus this liabilities. If you take the liabilities on this side, the amount will become negative. In the same manner, assets is equal to capital. Same thing they have given again. Assets is equal to capital plus outsiders liabilities. So outsiders liabilities are like bills payable, creditors, then outstanding rent, outstanding salary will be considered as outsiders liabilities. So normally always assets are equal to liabilities. Now here we are going to learn from these examples. First, Rahul started business with cash of rupees 50,000. Now Rahul has invested cash of rupees 50,000 in the business. Cash comes in the business, so cash is the asset, while capital is the liability. So here it is given under the heading assets rupees 50,000 and capital rupees 50,000. Right now there are no outsider liabilities, so only 0 is written here. So in this case assets are equal to liabilities, that is rupees 50,000 and rupees 50,000 under liabilities. Next example is given here. Rahul purchased machinery from HP company on credit of rupees 10,000. Now machinery is also an asset. Earlier we had the asset, that is cash of rupees 50,000. Now machinery is purchased, so there is another asset of rupees 10,000. So our total assets became rupees 60,000. Now what about the liability? Capital of rupees 50,000 was already the liability from the first transaction. Now he purchased machinery on credit basis. So HP company becomes the creditor. He is going to make this payment in the future. Something that is payable in the future is the liability. So our liability of rupees 10,000 increases. So here you can see that there are total assets of rupees 60,000 and there are total liabilities of rupees 60,000. Then we are going to continue the transactions. The third transaction, Rahul purchased goods of rupees 20,000. Now here, as per the earlier transaction, there was cash of rupees 50,000 and machinery of rupees 10,000. There was no stock of any goods or commodities. Then there was capital of rupees 50,000 and sundry creditors of rupees 10,000. This is up till transaction number 2. This is our position till transaction number 2. After the third transaction, goods purchased for rupees 20,000. So this will be recorded as stock. So our stock of goods increases. So here under the heading stock they have written rupees 20,000. There was also a machinery of rupees 10,000. Now we had the cash balance of rupees 50,000. From that he paid rupees 20,000 for purchasing goods. Here they have not given that the goods are purchased on credit basis. They have just given that Rahul purchased goods of rupees 20,000. So this is a cash transaction. So cash of rupees 20,000 goes out of the business. So our cash balance, which was rupees 50,000, is reduced to rupees 30,000 now. So our total assets are 30,000 plus 10,000 plus 20,000, that is 60,000. And our total liabilities are capital rupees 50,000 and creditors rupees 10,000, that is 60,000 here. Next transaction, we are going to learn the next illustration now. that show the accounting equation for the following transactions. First one, Rohit Sharma started business with cash of rupees 50,000. So here cash comes in the business, so our asset is rupees 50,000, and he started the business. It means he is investing the capital, so capital is rupees 50,000. There is no outsiders liability, so here 0 is written. So you can see that the asset side total is 50,000 and the liability side total is 50,000. Next, purchase goods from Dhoni on credit rupees 10,000. Now when goods are purchased, our stock increases. So stock is considered as the asset. So here our total assets became rupees 60,000, because earlier Rohit had the cash of rupees 50,000, then he purchased goods, so stock increases to rupees 10,000, so the total assets are rupees 60,000. Now on the liability side, he had the capital of rupees 50,000, but since he purchased goods on credit basis, our outsider liability increases by rupees 10,000, because our creditors increase by rupees 10,000. So the total of the liability side is 10,000 plus 50,000, that is 60,000. Next, Rohit sold goods to Virat on credit basis for rupees 20,000. Earlier he had purchased the goods of rupees 10,000, that he has sold for rupees 20,000. So our assets decrease by rupees 20,000. But at the same time our debtors increase by rupees 20,000, because Virat is going to make the payment to Rohit in the future. So Rohit is going to receive rupees 20,000 in the future. So something that is receivable is considered as asset. So first 60,000 minus 20,000 plus 20,000, total assets became rupees 60,000. Then since there is no liability created, the liability side will remain the same, that is 50,000 of capital and 10,000 of the sundry creditors. So the liability side is 60,000. So here again the assets and liabilities are equal. Then received dividend of rupees 500. When dividend is received, our cash increases. So cash is our asset. So our total assets became 60,500. Since dividend is our income, it is like our profit. So our profit is always added in the capital. So capital becomes 50,500. So our total liabilities are 50,500 plus 10,000, 60,500. Last transaction, paid for advertisement rupees 500. This is a payment. When the amount is paid for advertisement, cash goes out of the business. So here our assets will reduce by rupees 500, because cash goes out of the business. So our assets now became rupees 60,000. Now since this is an expenditure, it is like a loss for the business. It reduces our profit. So 500 is subtracted from the total capital of rupees 50,500. So our capital became rupees 50,000. Liabilities are rupees 10,000. Therefore total liabilities are rupees 60,000. So in this manner we have to solve, or we have to give effect to different transactions.